Welcome to this tutorial on Adobe Lightroom Classic. In this tutorial, we are still working in the library module, and we are going to cover how to cull your photos. Culling means essentially how to sort through and rate and discard and narrow your photo shoot down to only the best photos to potentially develop. So, for example, a professional wedding photographer may take on average like 5,000 photos at a wedding and reception. That's a lot of photos. If you were to develop all of those photos in the develop module, it would take so long you'd never make any money. So with digital cameras, we're able to take hundreds, even thousands of photos on a single card. A lot more than we could have with film. And that's a good thing, right? That allows us more to choose from to get that right moment. But we also need a system to quickly go through unusable photos and narrow it down to ones that we can really submit to a client. So here I am. I'm going to use my 24 photos as an example again. So I'm clicking on the 24, and you want to click on whatever assignment you're following along with. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the caps lock first. So I have a caps lock. Reason why is once we add a rating to an image, with caps lock on, it's going to automatically move us to the next image. Without the caps lock on, if we were to rate something, we'd have to hit the arrow key to move over. Then I'm going to hit the F key to go full screen so I can see each one of my images with nothing else distracting me. I'm going to use X to discard a photo, 1 to keep a photo. In this first step, 1 stars are ones that are generally in focus, exposure looks good, people's eyes aren't closed. It's a passable photo. X, super blown out, super dark, really bad composition. It's a picture of nothing. It's just not something you'd ever be able to submit to a client, or in our class, submit to your Flickr album for credit. So I'm going to go through the process here fairly quickly. This looks like a 1 to me. This one I don't like how the kind of look on his face, not what I'm looking for. So X, 1, X, 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 X. This one's too playful, not the vibe I'm going for. So X. I'm going to keep that as a 1, 1, 1. I don't like how she's smiling and he's not. 2 different moods. So X, 1, 1, 1. They're kind of smirking. I was looking for a more serious kind of look. So X. He's looking into the camera. X, 1. He's looking into the camera. But maybe I need one of these. So I'm going to hit 1, X, X, X. All right. Once I've gone through my rating system, I'm going to hit F to escape. And I'm back to my loop or my grid view here. And you can see some of the photos have a 1 star. Some of the photos have a flag with an X. And roughly in this initial stage, when you're discarding your photos, I would say roughly 2/3 should have a 1 star, and about 1/3 will be discarded. It's not scientific, right? It's not always, just a general idea. Usually about 1/3 you get away, 2/3 you keep. Now I want to filter this. I only want to see the 1 star. So down here in the bottom right, where it says filters off, I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to choose rated. And then we have a filter rating system here, and right now it is set to greater than or equal to 1 star. I want only 1 star, so rating is equal to 1 star. And this brings me down to 1 star photos. And you can see 11 out of my 24. So I got a little happy. Instead of 1/3, I'm at a half. But I'm fine with that for this particular one. So now that we have a series of 1 star photos, these are potential photos that, aren't awful. We still will likely have too many to develop at this point. On smaller assignments like in class, probably do it pretty quick, and you could probably develop all these half an hour, no problem. But again, mimicking what a real photographer would do, we might still be at like 2,000 photos after a wedding at this point. So now we really got to drill down, and we are going to rate all of our 1-star photos and then see if they should be 2 stars. And what would the 2-star rating represent? Those are ones that you could potentially show to the client. Who's the client in this class? Me. So these are ones that you could potentially turn in for credit for the assignment. So we're going to narrow our 1 stars down to 2 stars. All of our 2-star photos in an upcoming tutorial we're going to take into the develop module and develop them. So I'm going to click on the first one in the series. I'm going to hit F to go into full screen. I like that. So 2. All right, don't like that one as much. 1. I don't like how he's looking straight, she's looking down. So 1. They're both looking in the right direction. I like that. 2. 2. 2. I don't like how she's smiling and he's serious. So 1. I like how they're both looking kind of off in the same spot. So 2. 2. He's looking dead on at the camera and she's not. So 1. He's still kind of looking at the camera, but maybe I can use it. So 2. He's looking right at the camera. 1. 1. And we're done. F to zoom out. And then now I am going to equals 2 stars. And this gets me down to 7 potential photos that I can develop in the develop module. So quick recap, turn the caps lock on, X key to discard in the first run, 1 star for anything that's a potentially decent photo. Once you've got it down to 1 stars, go through the process again, F for full screen. Think about ones that are actually good photos that you can potentially submit. 2 for those, 1 to keep them at 1, cycle through the system. Cull your photos, get down to something manageable to develop.